Now on CoastTV News.
Slow down, Georgetown. A new proposal to keep cars and trucks from speeding through neighborhoods.
Closing up shop, at least one of their shops, the popular Jewish deli that's downsizing from 3 stores to 2.
This pier here in West Ocean City, the subject of a public hearing tonight, how this stretch of wood relates to offshore wind.
Fighting blight, the Eastern Shore proposal that could transform downtown landscapes.
Well, it's another chilly evening here along the coast. I'll let you know how long this late season chill will last, coming up in just a few moments.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
People speaking their mind at a public hearing in Salisbury tonight. Good evening. I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with the offshore wind debate blowing up in Ocean City.
The energy company U.S. Wind is looking to build a new pier that would help support their massive offshore wind product off the coast of Delmarva.
But a lot of locals and fishermen are worried about how this project would impact the economy and the local charm.
Coast TV's Charles Reinert shows us what the project entails and what the winds of change could bring to West Ocean City.
A packed house tonight at the Warwick Community College in Salisbury. All over this, a new addition to the harbor.
It's basically going to close down the commercial fisheries here.
Offshore wind company U.S. Wind is looking to build a 350-foot dock off of Harbor Road in West Ocean City. The goal is to build a maintenance pier for the company's wind farm proposal. But local fishermen say the project would take away 2 important packing houses, which would hurt their pockets.
Without a packing house, a fisherman is stuck to where he can put his product. He has to pack it, put it on ice. Trucks have to take it to New York, to Philly, or wherever the market is. If they don't have a packing house, who are they going to sell it to?
U.S. Wind defends the project, saying tweaks have already been made to address concerns. And the company adds that the pier would even help an eroding shoreline.
No commercial fisherman is going to lose their job because of this. We're going to get feedback from the community to try and make it better. We've got a lot of work to do to rebuild trust with folks, or to build trust right from the beginning, and we want to have an open dialogue.
For now, offshore wind remains a hot topic. Every plan seems to have some pushback. Even the meeting location tonight, in Salisbury instead of Ocean City, had speakers frustrated. Ben Cooper, who was with U.S. Wind, claims that the decision was made in an effort to host more people in the belief that Salisbury was more accessible to the entire area. If you would like to submit a comment to the Maryland Department of the Environment, you can still do so until April 9th. I'm Charles Reiner in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
New tonight, Georgetown has a new traffic calming policy. Town Council voted to adopt it during a meeting tonight. The goal is to identify, analyze, prioritize, and address undesirable traffic conditions, including speeding and heavy traffic in neighborhoods. The town says it can add educational enforcements like speed display signs where necessary. Other safety measures could be wider sidewalks and even speed bumps.
It can be a positive thing as long as it's not costly for the people of the area, because we're already crunched with so much because of the inflation and things like that. But two, if it does really help, it might be a positive thing, but we'll have to wait and see if it is.
According to the town, the study could offer solutions for areas that do not slow down or reroute traffic, so emergency vehicles wouldn't be affected if the changes are made.
And that's not all. It was a busy night for the Georgetown Town Council. They also voted to award funding to a contractor for improvements on Kimmy and Pepper Street. That project has a $288,000 price tag. A public hearing was held for the 107 Depot Street rehab project. If approved, it would transform a 3-story building that used to be an ice storage facility into office spaces and in the basement and first floor, and then 25 residential apartments up above. The mayor said that this would be a good opportunity to give the old building new use, and says they'll vote at an upcoming meeting.
Taking a live look outside into Ocean City tonight as we check on the weather forecast. Chilly out there again, not feeling like spring. So let's check in with our first alert meteorologist, Alex Seymour. He joins us now with a look at our weather. When will it get warmer, Alex?
It's going to be a couple days longer before we start to see those warmer temps start to take over. Inland, if you were 113 and west today, it was pretty comfortable today. We reached the 50s. It was mainly that 113 corridor into the east, so the beach towns, that dealt with those chillier temps because we've been dealing with this onshore flow, which has also caused some pretty elevated water levels. As they take a live look at on our Commander Hotel camera, our Gateway Subaru camera at the Commander Hotel, we've got minor coastal flooding ongoing up and down our coastline this evening in the inland bays also, so just be aware of that. Temperature sitting right around 44 degrees this evening in Ocean City. So we're staying in the mid-40s at the beaches overnight tonight, falling into the 30s inland, so you do want to bundle up. Winds going to remain gusty, still gusting over 20 miles per hour at the coastline, so onshore winds going to keep temps in the 40s inland. At the beaches, 30s inland, so bundle up as you head out the door for that Tuesday morning commute, I should say.
Thank you, Alex. New tonight, Rosenfeld's Jewish Delicatessen will close its doors in Ocean City later this year. The business made the announcement on Facebook earlier this evening. The post has more than 100 comments from many customers expressing sadness. 2 years ago, we reported that the Ocean City location was going to close when the landlord wanted to demolish the building. That got pushed back by 2 years, and now Rosenfeld says their last day in Ocean City will be September 10th.
I'm Madeline Overturf, and here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. The city of Cambridge wants to develop a public entity that would allow them to acquire, maintain, or manage properties in city limits. Here's the details for you. An ordinance is up for discussion that would establish a land bank. The goal would be repurposing blighted, abandoned, and distressed properties. Fighting blight has been one of Cambridge's goals in recent years. Multiple dogs and cats were killed in this house fire in Snow Hill. You can see the damage on the photo here. Unclear at this time where the fire started or why. And here's your daily dose of cuteness. Fall season has begun in Assateague. These photos shared by the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company show the first full of the season. Let's look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
New tonight, shocking news out of the entertainment world. Sean P. Diddy Combs had multiple houses raided by federal officials. The two homes that were raided were in Los Angeles and Miami, as Combs has become the subject of a federal investigation. A wave of civil lawsuits have been filed against the music mogul since November, after 3 women and a man were interviewed in relation to allegations of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms.
Major developments today in former President Donald Trump's legal battles in New York. On the civil side, he got a reprieve in the nearly $500 million bond that was due.
But he was also dealt a blow during a hearing for his criminal hush money trial. Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook has the latest on Trump's legal woes.
In a New York civil fraud trial, former President Donald Trump was given more time to post a massive bond while he appeals the ruling. The appeals court gave the former president 10 more days to come up with the money and cut the amount necessary to $175 million.
We have no guarantees of it, but it seems like it's a number that's reachable for him.
That decision gives Trump a major lifeline, as he was facing a Monday deadline to secure a bond for the full $464 million judgment.
It will be my honor to post, and we'll post whatever is necessary, whether it be cash or securities or bonds.
Meanwhile, in a separate criminal case, a judge dismissed the former president's motion to delay the trial further. Jury selection in Trump's first criminal trial is now expected to start April 15th. This trial is related to Trump's alleged efforts to falsify business documents related to hush money payments made to cover up an alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump has pleaded not guilty and has denied the affair.
This is a witch hunt, it's a hoax.
This could potentially be the only one of the 4 criminal trials the former president is facing that would occur before the November election. In total, the former president faces 88 criminal charges across 4 indictments. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
New at 11, 3 people have been arrested for a drug bust in Seaford. Delaware State Police says a search warrant was executed in the 25,000 block of Haven Drive. Multiple agencies responded to find heroin, cocaine, a handgun, ammunition, drug paraphernalia, and more. According to police, a child was in the home while drug offenses were committed. Troopers say they arrested Jalen Faison, Shantae Cannon, and Tayana Hughes on multiple felony charges.
The Route 50 bridge has been under construction for months, and that has cut traffic down to a single lane. Looking at our CoastTV copter footage, you can see the second stage of repairs on the bridge right there underway. Engineer Mark Crampton says they're focused on adding some structural elements that are going to help with the bridge's mobility and will hopefully be done within the next few weeks. Now, Kathy Roth hopes that these repairs will be gone when summer rolls around.
It will be worse in the summer because so many people come down, I would say especially on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Now, Crampton said that the repairs for the Route 50 bridge will be completed before May, leaving just enough time for both lanes to be open for that busy season. And we have more news to get to this evening.
Still to come, home prices keep rising. There's a new program that's trying to help, but can it actually make a difference for you?
Well, another soaking rain on the way to the coast. I'll let you know when that rain will return and just how much could fall. Coming up just after the break.
It's the Cape Henlopen referendum, the school district looking for money for new projects. The vote is tomorrow, but our CoastTV poll, that's coming right up. We're going to be back in just 60 seconds.
They're breaded in spicy tempura and made with cayenne. But most importantly, they're back.
Plus a hot new deal. 2 orders of 10-piece McNuggets for $6. Spicy or classic.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Cash or charge?
Charge.
Heads up! Heads up! Get back! Get back!
Sorry, game time.
Like that. Get back! Get back! You don't know me like that. Geek. I ain't playing around. Make one false move, I take you down. Get back! Get back! You don't know me like that. Get back! Get back! You don't know me like that.
Get 2.9% financing for 72 months, or get $2,000 in MAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
This is your reminder to thank the friend who gets McDonald's breakfast for the group while everyone else sleeps in.
Get the sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.79 and an iced coffee for just 99 cents.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Tomorrow, voters in the Cape Henlopen School District are going to either approve or deny the district's request for a property tax hike. A district spokesperson says that 80% of the money generated would go towards safety and security.
That would be for school resource officers and constables, as well as salaries and benefits for the current and future school staff. The district says it's grown by more than 2,400 students in the last 22 years, and it needs this referendum to keep growing significantly over the next 10 years. These 102 acres off Cedar Grove Road are where Cape wants to build a new district office, a transportation facility, and an indoor pool. But that's only a portion of what the referendum would pay for. The district says the pool itself represents 10% of the tax increase, and 80% is school safety and staff salaries. If the referendum gets the green light from voters, it's 55 cents per $100 of property value. The district says for the average household, it's a $153 a year increase for year one. To figure out what your household tax increase would be, the district has a calculator on its website. Some people who live in Lewis told us it's a price they're happy to support.
I think our scores in Delaware tend to be on the lower side nationally, and I would love to see that money going into things that are going to help prepare our kids for real-world jobs.
While others don't see the need.
I understand the need to invest in education for our youth. I get that completely. But I do question, since they just built 2 basically new schools here in Lewis that are 10 times as large and 20 times as nice as the school I went to, what they're really spending money on.
If approved, the tax impact would decrease as bonds are paid off. A lot of controversy over this referendum has been the proposed swimming pool. A lot of people online saying it's just not needed, while the district says the pool would be open to the entire community for exercise, lifeguard training, and more. So what's next? The polls are open tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Polls are at Mariner Middle and Rehoboth Elementary and the high school. You have to be at least 18 and live in the district to vote, but only property owners will be impacted by the tax increase.
Just like in Cape Henlopen's school district, other districts across Delaware, they've also had referendums recently. These referendums proposed either tax increases or bond issues with a goal of funding school infrastructure improvements, hiring additional staff, and enhancing educational programs. Here is the result of some of these referendums. Red Clay, Brandywine, and Colonial school districts, they successfully passed their referendums with voters backing both tax increases and bond issuances. However, the Smyrna School District had a different outcome where both proposals were rejected by the voters. And all of this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, do you support or not that Cape referendum? Let's take a look at the updated results.
Looking at the screen, it looks like now 54% say no, they don't support it. They say it costs too much. 14% say no, it's a bad spending choice. 21% say yes, they're voting in favor of more teachers' pay. And 11% want to see the better facilities.
And these numbers have changed this evening. We saw yes for the teacher pay bump up just a little bit. If you want to go vote, go to coasttv.com or use the mobile app.
We've got some pretty messy weather on the way over this upcoming week. Another round of wet weather is going to be arriving on Delmarva as we head later in the week. But right now, the big story is coastal flooding that's impacting the region and just some cooler temps impacting the region as we've been dealing with a bit of an onshore flow. As they take a live look out on a Hershey Exteriors camera at the 45th Street Tap House, water levels a little elevated on the Aspenwoman Bay this evening. Not quite at those minor flood levels down into Ocean City. Those water levels are actually starting to fall. They did get up to the action level, which is just below the minor flood stage. Some areas would have seen a little bit of water creeping into their properties at that level. 44 degrees in Ocean City this evening. So what we need to know is that coastal flooding is going to continue widespread this evening, and then once again as we head towards Tuesday morning, and probably again as we head towards Tuesday evening's high tide. Flood levels in Sussex County, Inland Bays, Delaware Bay, and the Atlantic all reached that minor flood stage this evening. Gusty winds are also going to be continuing at least for another 12 to 18 hours. So we could see those wind gusts 20, 30 miles per hour over the next 12 to 18 hours. Once again, that's what's resulting in those coast floods and chilly temps, and then that soaking rain, as I was talking about, that heads into Wednesday into Thursday. Coastal flood advisories in effect for Sussex County and Worcester County. Coastal flood watches in effect for Wycomico County. Coastal flood watches for high tide starting tomorrow, and then heading into the daytime hours of Wednesday on the Chesapeake Bay. That's when the worst flooding is expected, is Tuesday into Wednesday. Gale warnings also remain in effect for the Atlantic for a little while longer. The reason that we've been dealing with the coastal flooding the last couple of high tide cycles and then now for two more was because of this. An area of low pressure that has been sitting and spinning off our coast. That produces a northeasterly flow, has combined with the fact that we have a full moon, so water levels are already pretty elevated from that, is resulting in a bit of that coastal flooding across the region. But this storm system off to our west, that is going to be a weather maker as we head later in the week, and that's what's kind of going to push the storm system that's been causing the issues today and tomorrow out to sea and really away from our area. Wind gusts still, though, this evening, out of the northeast, gusting 15 to 25 miles per hour. That's going to continue through the morning hours, continue through tomorrow evening, and for that reason, minor flooding is expected this evening, which is what is ongoing currently, again tomorrow morning, and again tomorrow evening before that storm system gets out of here. And this area of disturbed weather in the middle of the country starts to work its way towards our region, and that happens by Wednesday evening, and then throughout the daytime hours of Thursday. We're talking about some pretty heavy rainfall. We could be seeing 1 to 2 inches of rain across the region. Also, opening day is on Thursday in Baltimore and Philadelphia. likely going to be impacted. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast. First look weather day for Thursday for that heavy rain. Dry out though by the time we head towards Easter weekend. Going to need the umbrella Wednesday and Thursday. Coast TV umbrella giveaway winner Sharon Jackson from Salisbury, Maryland.
Thank you, Alex. Still to come, case dismissed. Elon Musk suffers a blow in court today, and it wasn't even here in Delaware.
And next, housing crunch. The Biden administration is attempting to lend a prospective buyers a hand, but the market may be moving too fast.
My daughter was beginning to struggle with substance use disorder. Felt like somebody cut my heart out. Her dream was to open a house to help other women recover. When we do our groundbreaking, I hear like at 6:30 in the morning. Nobody's here except one guy in a suit walking through the field. He says, Kevin, David Trone, nice to meet you. For every person who is suffering from substance use disorder, there is no bigger champion.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
A diagnosis of fibromyalgia or rheumatoid arthritis can leave you feeling helpless and wondering how to control the pain. Acupuncture is a holistic approach that releases endorphins, improves energy levels, and eases widespread body pain.
I suffered from RA and fibro pain for 11 years. Acupuncture has worked for me. I'm enjoying time with my grandchildren. My pain is manageable now. Delmarva Acupuncture has gave me my life back.
To learn more about how Delmarva Acupuncture can help with fibro and RA, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Take your shot during the Dodge Power Shot Days at McGee Motors.
Score a legendary Jeep Wrangler for just $299 a month. Take your shot at a Jeep Gladiator now up to $12,000 off. Get 0% financing for 60 months on Chrysler Pacifica hybrids. Plus, score an extra $7,500 off.
Or pick the new Dodge Hornet RT for just $189 a month.
That's a big win.
Take your shot during Dodge Power Shot Days at McGee Motors in Georgetown, a family tradition since 1948.
Get ready, country fans. Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 is giving away tickets to this year's biggest event, Country Calling in Ocean City. See Eric Church, Jelly Roll, Tyler Childers, Lady Wilson, and more live on October 4th and 5th. Don't miss out. Tune in to win your tickets this week. Go to coastcountry.com and click on Ticket Town to learn more. Take the Coast Country Challenge with Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, your ticket to the stars of country music.
President Joe Biden is pushing to lower housing costs. He released a plan last week to increase the supply of affordable housing.
His plan comes, though, at a time when housing prices are high and continue to rise. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan looks at the president's proposal and whether it will help in this current market.
Housing prices continue to rise. The National Association of Realtors released their February numbers last week, which showed median home sale prices are at $384,500. That's 5.7% higher than this time last year. It's the 8th month in a row prices have gone up, and the price hikes are in all 4 regions of the U.S. It's something President Joe Biden wants to change.
Too many people, the dream of having a good home, it still feels out of reach. I get it.
Experts say prices will likely remain high for now.
I don't think there will be any meaningful decline in home prices in many parts of the country.
It's not just high sticker prices making homes expensive. A 30-year fixed mortgage rate as of last Thursday was about 6.87%, according to Freddie Mac. There's also a high demand right now and low inventory, which drives up prices further. To help with those costs, Biden wants to give Americans an annual tax credit of $400 a month for the next 2 years to go toward their mortgage. He also wants to encourage more building so buyers and renters have more options. But some experts say the cost of land to build is still high.
It's not that the house is not affordable, it's that the land has very volatile economic cycle.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Let's take a quick look at how home prices here in Sussex County stack up. The median price of homes sold in February of 2024, a little bit higher than that national average, $426,000 in change. That's up 6% from the same period in 2023. For a dollar figure, that's almost $27,000 more in just 1 year. Now, all these numbers come from the Sussex County Housing Market Report released in February.
A federal judge today dismissed a lawsuit filed by Elon Musk's social media platform X against the Center for Countering Digital Hate, a nonprofit organization. In his ruling today, the judge said this case is about punishing the defendants for their speech. X, formerly called Twitter, released a statement saying it disagreed with the decision and would appeal. Musk filed the suit after the Center for Countering Digital Hate released a report called Toxic Twitter, which said since Musk took over the platform, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, misogynists, and spreaders of dangerous conspiracy theories were reinstated.
Coming up in sports, see who came out on top in a battle between Lake Forest and Delmarva Christian girls soccer.
And next, bark around the bases, an adoption deal for these adorable pups looking to rough up the pitcher.
Let the steam rise like the majestic Mount Fuji, unveiling a new ramen restaurant in Salisbury. The Fuji Ramen House is an adventure with each tantalizing bite. Enjoy your experience in a cozy Japanese-themed setting and indulge in mouth-watering appetizers, rice bowls, curry, and of course, our ramen. Handcrafted noodles simmering in a delicious broth with your choice of toppings. Elevate your taste to new heights and savor the umami flavors of authentic ramen at Fuji Ramen House, located behind East Moon.
Right now, it's your choice during the Subaru A Lot to Love event going on at Gateway Subaru. Choose what fits your lifestyle and budget. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Forester for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 0.9%. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Gateway Subaru, where every choice leads to a new adventure. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Your Ford dealer presents America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer. Bronco Sport with superb off-road ability. The fun, fuel-efficient Ford Escape. Want more? Visit your local Ford dealer. Right now, get 2.9% financing for 60 months on a 2024 Bronco Sport. But hurry, this offer won't last long.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico.
In honor of opening week for baseball, the Brandywine Valley SPCA has a Grand Slam special. The adoption fee is just $1 for large adult dogs starting tomorrow. Dogs must be at least a year old and 40 pounds or more. The special runs through Saturday and then it returns every Friday in April.
But it's not all cute dogs and smiles in the world of baseball. Los Angeles Dodgers superstar pitcher Shohei Ohtani spoke publicly today for the first time since his former interpreter became wrapped up in an alleged sports gambling scandal. Ohtani, along with his new translator, addressing the media at Dodger Stadium this afternoon, saying that he is saddened and shocked and that he has never bet on sports or used a bookmaker. This after allegations surfaced that his translator stole millions of dollars from Ohtani's account to place bets with a bookie. Ohtani is a multi-time MVP and a generational talent, making this a heavily scrutinized story, especially as sports gambling has become more mainstream in recent years.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Tonight in girls soccer, Delmarva Christian hoping to earn 3 straight victories and facing Lake Forest, who is trying to get back in the win column. Starting things off in the second half, Journey Handy, the last line of defense against the Spartans, as she makes the save in the net. Lillian Wood would get another attempt on goal, however, this one in the form of a PK as she rips it into the back right of the net. Lake Forest up 4-2. Wood and Handy continue to battle it out. And here we have another save by the senior as the Royals try to keep it within reach. Delmarva Christian's defense turning it up a notch as Avery Palmer puts a Spartan to the dirt as Handy gathers up the ball to clear. Finally, to the end of the contest, Handy stepping up in the box to squash the Spartans' advance on goal. Lake would go on to win 4-2, and the Spartans are now 2-1 on the season. Moving to the scoreboard in Henlopen boys lacrosse action, Sussex Academy defeated Sussex Central in a Georgetown battle 16-6. Senior Michael Hoffert would score 6 goals for the Seahawks, while sophomore Jackson Haggy finished with 10 saves. And don't miss a second of the action from your favorite school and team. Download our free DSN app for highlights, live game stories, and so much more. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Making tonight as fabulous as a peacock's plumage. The message from Coast TV's very own Petey the Peacock on National Peacock Day.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Nearly 30 years ago, Mediacom was founded on a powerful idea: bring cutting-edge broadband to underserved communities. From coast to coast, we connected 850,000 miles of fiber. Our team broke speed barriers, delivered 1 gig speeds to every customer, has led the way in developing a 10G platform, and now with Mediacom Mobile is offering the fastest, most reliable network on the go. Mediacom. Decades of dedication, decades of delivery, decades ahead.
It's Ram Truck Month at Preston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Millsboro.
With qualifying credit, save over $12,000 on the 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4.
With every new purchase, you'll get our Preston for Life lifetime engine guarantee. Shop the deals online at millsborocdjr.com. Order online and we'll deliver to you. Come check out the amazing deals at the Ram Truck Month sales event at Preston Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Cars cost less with Preston.
It's that time of year again where homeowners are power washing, staining, and replacing boards on their deck.
No one has time for that. With Paul Davis, our AZEC decks are crack, fade, and insect resistant with a lifetime warranty.
Paul Davis makes it easy by bringing the showroom to you and giving you an estimate that same day. Paul Davis decks are beautiful.
Save big 3 ways. Get last year's pricing, pay nothing until 2025, and get a 10x10 outdoor gazebo free with your new deck, but only through March 31st.
Call Paul Davis today for a free estimate.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine all the slopes you'll conquer.
Sick.
Imagine all the sights you'll see.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay, how about you imagine dropping me off?
Right now, get a full-size Tundra with 1.99% APR or take up to $1,000 cash back from Toyota. Or check out an all-new redesigned Tacoma.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
There's only a half hour left in the day, so let's not forget it is National Peacock Day, and our very own Petey the Peacock is thrilled to spread his feathers wide, and he tells others to spread their wings and show their true colors. There he is with Elisa Weber and Brad Trihey. Petey says today we celebrate the beauty, grace, and mystery of peacocks. Never be afraid to stand out and be as proud as a peacock.
Well, we've got some pretty chilly temps across the region this evening, so just be aware that by the time you head towards that morning commute on Tuesday, you're going to want to bundle up. Temps down into the 30s and 40s. Right now, sitting at 43 degrees out on our Tidal Health Nanticoke camera in Seaford. Skies are clear. We are dealing with a bit of coastal flooding right at the beaches this evening. Going to deal with another round tomorrow morning. If you want a forecast for the next few days, be sure to call our Coast TV First Alert Weather Line, 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a phone call away. Well, we've got some messy weather on the way later on in the week. If you're hoping that we weren't going to be dealing with the wet weather anytime soon after the drenching we had this past weekend, Well, I've got bad news for you. We've got more rain on the way. First, our weather day on the way for Thursday. We're talking about the potential for another 1 to 2 inches of rain on top of that saturated ground. So another round of flooding is certainly going to be possible. We do dry out though as we head towards Easter weekend with highs in the low 60s Saturday and Sunday. And then we stay on the warmer side of things heading into next week.
Yeah, that weekend doesn't look too bad.
No, for once.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download the Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.